And I think I made a video of this beforehand, but this is the man-made bridge across the swamp because it's too hard to put in a regular highway along the swampy swamp underneath. So they'd rather do it by pillars like this, and it had to be expensive as hell to put the pillars in. But here we go. And this is an 18-mile long bayou bridge. Like and subscribe and comment. Catch you in the fifth piece. Oh, and I forgot to mention it starts at Bayou Bridge, Louisiana, just past Church Point, Louisiana, and I believe it ends in the other side of Louisiana, like in the middle there, and then shortly past that, 20 or 40 miles past that, or something like Mississippi. I could be wrong though, but I'm still in Louisiana. Like, subscribe, leave comments, get you peace. Reflective, but not reflective. If you go far enough this way, it quits doing it, and then you come back this way. Fades out. That's the most deceptive thing I've seen yet. In terms of, I've seen ghost writing before and all that, but see, how the light totally fixed out. YouTube subscribers and friends and the like, it's Grant coming at you from Albany, Georgia. It's a nice deep south town, very colorful, lively people here. Anyway, it's Thursday, or not Thursday, it's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at like 11 o'clock, I think. I just delivered the truck an hour ago. And now I'm stuck waiting for the Greyhound bus for 2 more hours. Yesterday, as I got into Florida, I passed a level 3 inspection for DOT officer out of Florida that was looking for English-speaking drivers. And then he profiled me as a Mexican. I'm thinking, they didn't say that, I'm just saying. And I got to read the Cat in the Hat book. I got my choice of 3 different, like, children's books to read. One of the 3, and then I just picked the top one, which was Cat in the Hat. Got to read it. But I already knew by talking to me that I speak English anyway. I'm likely to read and write it, but I had to go through the whole rigmarole of, proving that I can read English. That is a good thing, and I'm glad I passed it because I get a $100 incentive, a tip, basically, for passing any inspection by turning it into our safety department. So I get a $100 tip for that, and I'm glad to take my part doing it. But it should have never got to that point. Why do we have truck drivers driving 80,000 or 88,000 pound diddly weapons down the road, and they can't even read the English signs on the roadway? You know, neither here or there to say political means or anything, but there's only one party that allows that. That part of the deal, I'm all for on Trump's end of that deal, cleaning that up, because it's common sense. We don't need people who drive 80,000 pounds down the road, misreading a sign that says trucks only this way and cars only that way or something. And it comes around to a blind turn that if you read the signs, if you could read English, you would know you can't take that with a truck. But people still do it, because they don't speak, read, and write English. They have a video on YouTube from just last week or something that was like a Chinese guy or something. He couldn't read the trucks over 10,000 pounds. Need to go into the weight station. Trucks under 10,000 pounds need to bypass it. And it's one of the main things. You can't even read when you can go in the scale house or not. It just makes me wonder. But anyway, that was the DOT level 3. Level 3 is just the driver and the logs. 2 is like a basic inspection of the vehicle, the driver, and the logs. And then level 1, they go deep into it. They scan the truck and all this other fun stuff, looking for drugs and yada yada. And they check all the fluids and all this other stuff, and it's a very, very long inspection. I just got the level 3 because he was mainly looking for drivers that were speaking English. Well, mostly being able to read English. And so I did get that incentive, so I'll get an extra $100 on this trip. Now I'm sitting here waiting for 2 more hours. It's 10 or 11 o'clock right now, and I gotta get on the bus at 2, so like about 3.5-ish hours to loiter and sit around at the bus stop, which is the One Leaf, which is a BP gas station. And I'm in the back for the shade, because there's no place to sit in the gas station unless you're gambling at the gambling machines, which is strange. And then the other day I went into a Walmart. I think it was like Mississippi. Or no, maybe it was, no, I think it was Louisiana. I went into a Walmart and they had a liquor store right there up front of the Walmart next to the customer service, which I found kind of odd, which I've seen that before, but there's only a couple states that allow that, which is interesting. But that's something else to point out. And then, like you see in the clip before this, I went by the, what was that town now? Spent the night there last night too, and I can't think of it. Marianna, Florida Police Department was in that last clip where they had the ghost writing. And it's just random clips for this video, and I apologize ahead of time. Like and subscribe, leave comments. I'll catch you in a flip piece. Oh, and I forgot to add, if you fail the level 3 inspection, which is just the driver and the logs, like you can't do your logs or you can't read English or speak English or whatever, then of course you're put out of service until they retrain you, or they just take your CDL and you're done, or whatever. Or they just keep you from driving if you don't have a CDL. Like I don't, I have not a non-CDL. I have to prove, since I have a non-CDL, I have to prove that I have a medical card on me, and I didn't have it on me, but I had pictures of it, and all I really wanted to do was see the expiration date that it's alive and active for another year, I think. So I was good on that, and I passed the level 3 because of that. I could read English. I had a valid driver's license that didn't have anything on it, and then I had a medical card that I could prove. And that was the only thing. And then that I had the logs up to date, my e-logs, on my phone app, which I was all the way up to date to that point. But some people can't manage to do that. Some people get in this bad habit of not doing their log all day long, and then catching it up at night real quick because they think they can just be done. Oh, it's here, you know, and you could do it that way, but the problem is they stop you in the middle of the road like they did there, not middle of the road, but, you know, randomly, wherever, then you're screwed. And the other thing he wanted to point out is, technically I was supposed to stop at the scale, but because I didn't, they have these cameras in Florida that basically alert the mobile DOT officers that are in the pickups to look for this plate, to look for that plate. And then you go a few miles down the road or whatever, and those DOT pickups actually have camera readers. So they're scanning the traffic as it goes by, and it'll pop up on the screen, oh, that truck right there didn't go to the scale. Which is not, they don't fine you for it. Well, me, the transport people, I don't necessarily fine you for it because I'm just transporting the brand new truck. I don't have the tractor trailer, and they're mainly looking for weight and stuff, but that's the reason I got picked for the random scan, because his plate reader popped it up that when I went by that I did not go through the Florida scale. But like I told him, the signs for Florida said truck and trailer have to go into the scale. It didn't say nothing about trucks under or whatever, all commercial vehicles, you know. It said truck and trailer. Some other scales say trucks over 80,000, trucks over 10,000, whatever. They're all kind of different. And that's what I was telling him on the side of the road. And anyway, so if you fail the level 3, that happens. If you fail the level 2, it's probably because of the truck. The truck, whatever's wrong with the truck, has to get fixed before you can leave it, or you can leave with it. And of course, if you fail the level 3, you have to fix whatever's wrong before you can leave with it. But the level 1. But on the level 3, if you do something and you don't get caught up with your logs, they can put you out of service for up to 72 hours with something simple, and then they can put you out of service permanently, like you're done, you're fired, can't do it no more, through the FSMCA safety rule thingy, if you did something really bad like can't read English or something, or don't know how to do your logs and can't prove in time that you fixed it or something like that, or your driver's license, say you didn't pay a ticket and it's got, you know, put you out for a warrant or whatever, and they in the meantime suspended your license, especially a CDL, then you can't drive anymore. But that's what happens if you don't pass it. And then if you do pass it, at least my company and many other companies, they prefer to have drivers turn that in, because depending on the state, it could take 3 months to 6 months to probably even a year to get that sent over to their company from the Florida itself, in whatever state that you got it in. And in order to speed that up and help their numbers on their end, because it's all about the tracking the number system for quality underneath DOT regulations, they have a set number of numbers, and if your numbers are high enough up, you get inspected all the time, and quality's just underneath that, where they got to get their numbers down. And so quality before and after that has always done the incentive thing where you get $100 every time you can prove that you went through a random inspection or a scale house inspection and you passed it. Because when you pass it, you lower their number. And each number that they get lower of stuff with less and less violations, they get off that radar for all the DOTs nationwide in each state. And the word for it, I can't think of the word for it, but they pass it. Yeah. So if you're high enough up, quality is just underneath it. If you go up to like 98 or something, I think it is on the number, then you're flagged. Pretty much every quality truck that goes through there underneath the DOT number on the truck. That's what I'm talking about, is your decal numbers. Every time you go through a scale house, every time you go through a random inspection, you'll get flagged all the time. The truck gets flagged by the number, the DOT number, because the company numbers get flagged, and then you have to prove that you did that. Well, you do more inspections that way, and it's annoying for the drivers. It's annoying for the company to have a number that's that high up, and that's why they want to be lower. And it's right now, I think the time they did the email, it was like they were at 96 or 95 on their safety scale or something, and that's not good. The higher the number, it's not good. And then 98 above or something is automatic all the time inspections. 95 is like, take a look at me every now and then. And then you drop down, I think it's below 70, then they green light you through the scale houses and everything, because you have good enough numbers of, all your truck drivers, all your equipment that you're running, and all your truck drivers are all passing the scale at below 70. Then they just flag you through, because they have no reason to check you. They could be spending their time with somebody else that's 98. And so, but that's how it works. Like and subscribe, leave comments to get you to fit peace.